Hello, 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 my friends. You have come along at a very, very beautiful and opportune moment. We are about to do the draw for the first qualifying round league path of the UEFA Europa Conference League. So we are in Group 1 seeded teams, quite nice because there are teams here that I'm very happy to be avoiding. Shamrock Rovers, I don't really want to face them. Lech Poznan, I really don't want to face them. We have anyone else here that's really scary? No, it's just those two that I would really rather avoid. And I think we're going to go up against the League One unseeded teams like the Hibernians here. That'd be quite nice to come up against. Glentoran and Cliftonville. I'm familiar with them through Irish databases. They're probably not far behind Wales in terms of quality in the league. Although I would put them probably a bit more reputable than the Welsh clubs. So if I came up against one of them, it would be a tough game. But with the improvements that I'm doing to the squad, I do fancy getting a result against them. Finn Harps, I expect to get a result against them if we get through them. Now, again, this is all assuming we're coming up against these Group 1 unseeded teams. The other seeded teams, I hope we don't, because like Riga in here. Links, Absworth Town, we can't come against Absworth Town. They're in the same group as us. And Dynamo Minsk, I'd rather avoid them if I can. Derry City, I'd avoid them. I'd like to avoid Irish teams, if I'm honest, because they're not terrible at this level. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw. Okay, we're immediately in the first. Looks like we are home for the first leg. So this is quite nice to draw teams. So let's check out the Welsh representation here. So Barrytown have a trip to Estonia. What else here? I spot more. So Absworth Town are going to Montenegro. And ourselves, yeah, I don't see anyone else off the top of my head. Derry City against Punic in Armenia. So we're off to Lithuania. So let's have a look at yourselves. Where have you been coming the last few years? They didn't qualify last year. That's good. They haven't qualified since 2001. Okay, I fancy us to be able to get through against this crowd. They are professional, but they also don't have a squad. Because if you look here, yeah. History, yeah, we should be able to get through this one. Now, since you last left us, we were near the end of the league. I just went and blitzed the championship conference system. Lost one game, one draw, but just absolutely blitzed it. We were a team possessed. Included in that was a 2-0 win over the New Saints. And funnily enough, where was it? We had... Which game was it? Here we go. Against Barrytown, we had Bradley Gibbings with a decent rating, a 7.0. He got injured and had to come off. And we didn't really have a right winger to play that role. So what I did is I literally just tucked in. I just tucked the player in. I had a Mazzala playing out here with a wide back on defence so that we could just kind of like cover any like overlaps or break down that role as whoever's up there plays forward, because it opens that space, because I play with two on the shoulder strikers that I don't want them dropping deep. I want them putting pressure on the fullbacks and the defenders so that they can't kind of operate any kind of like triangles to work balls in and out, where it also doesn't allow that defence and those fullbacks to come forth to support the attack. I want to create those opportunities to be able to get them on counters. Wide player on the left, but yeah, it proved incredibly fruitful for us with those Mazzalas and their overlapping runs. So I developed this tactic to allow myself to exploit exactly that kind of a situation should we end up in a situation where we don't have wide players at our disposal. Now, in terms of players coming in, I've signed a goalkeeper. David Richards, 30 years of age, Welsh. That matters. That kind of matters because it adds towards the domestic bias, especially for European competitions. He's a beast of a goalkeeper. Absolute beast of a goalkeeper. Best we have in the squad. He's a leading player. Maguire, I would have loved to keep him here because he had a decent run, but unfortunately we don't have room for a backup that isn't going to be as good as our starting goalkeeper. Now, Duggan, I've offered him up for loan just to try give him some game time. Lawless is going to be kind of like my third choice, but he's going to be playing an awful lot in the under-16s. He got a fair few games last year for us, but again, I feel like one area that we really needed to improve on was goalkeeper, to just start from the back and work forward. Henry Fieldson, it is hurting so goddamn much that we can't keep him, because he is without a shadow of a doubt, like just head and shoulders above everybody else, best defender we have. Go to offer, go to loan. Oh, this is new. Every other time I've been here, they want him to play with better players. We're going to give them whatever the fuck they want for him, because he is an incredible player. Oh my God, you've seen this live. We have gotten an incredible. Yes, okay. So we have Graham also coming in. I have him on trial at the moment because I want to kind of get him in and just get a feel for him, but 6'3", good strength. So I was looking for options to try replace Fieldson, but since he's staying here, I am absolutely delighted and over the moon. Is it Shotton? I'm not entirely sure. Myself and TNS are battling for a left back. He might be on the way in. I don't know if he's decided on us yet. Jamie Allen, I'm thinking about putting in a bid for him. The only concern I have is he's 5'7", and I like a bit of height in my midfield. Although if you look at the versatility of this player, he can play everywhere, and that just that versatility alone is sold it for me. So let's see if I can have you as a squad player. Let's see if you're interested in that. You are interested. Okay, negotiate. And we're going to give you 350, 1 year. That's fine. Negotiate you down. There we go. Okay. So we have a wage budget to play with as well, because like what I'm trying to do is I've identified, if you go to squad depth here, it becomes pretty obvious. Our wings and our fullback. Let me filter, take rid of that and hide players, trials. Oh yeah, I forgot. This guy, Alex Capet, Ivorian, we're getting him in on loan from Bristol City. You go over here, he absolutely outshines and excels. He's left-footed, which means he can play that wide role as well if we need him to. 6'2". We're going to have a solid and absolutely solid backline, and like I'm trying to find what is required to take us to the next level, because that is really what this becomes. It's how do I take this squad and capitalize upon the previous finish and get them into a league winning season. Because if you go to competitions, Kimmery Premier, go to league table, we finished second with 67 points, absolutely blitzed at the very end, compared to last season where we finished with 56 points, 11 point swing. But that gap between TNS, and they had an unreasonably good season, 79. Like it still would have been like 9 points. That still would have been difficult to overcome. But right now, TNS are just taking it off to a new level. So we need to meet them. It's Manchester City, Liverpool. We got to match each other in terms of excellence, and we need to bring the game to them, and we need to try be better than them basically. So what I've identified is we need to just like solidify that core in centre back. I'm about to say a world-class goalkeeper. Jesus, it's like, Zant, know your level. No, you're playing in the Welsh Premier League, not the Premier League. A good left and a good right back. Absolutely essential. A left back and a right back that can cross, but can also have the stamina to be able to defend. And a left and right winger. Because in terms of our midfielders, now, this guy, is he still here? Is he still with us? He might have left. Excuse me. Where is he? Because here we go. Yeah. Our best midfielder, he wants out. He's a star player, and he was a star player for us. 5 assists, 5 man of the matches, 4 goals, 31 appearances, 7.18. Unfortunately, he's out of contract and he doesn't want to renew. So we have to find a replacement for him in that midfield. Burnett played really, really well for us, 72 with a 6.95. So he is replaceable. He is replaceable, and I would love to pack this team out with 6 foot people with good strength, just so that we can muscle people off the ball and just not concede stupid, silly little fouls here and there. That's roughly the plan that we have going forward. Gibbings and Clark are still very important for us. Cole Gibbings, you're due for release. A lot of these players are going to leave us like permanently. Like Liam Williams, you're coming back to us, but I'm probably going to release you because you're just not good enough. Really put it that simply. Joseph Keeping, I gave him an option to like extend out his deal because while he's not the best going forward, you can't say no to that pace and that agility. Like that pace, acceleration, good tackling, like defensively, he's a really good wing back. I'd love to get more out of him in terms of crossing and dribbling, but for everything else you're getting here, good concentration, decisions, what's not to love? He's also 6 foot and can do a shifted centre back. He's versatile. He's a good player. I'm going all on to him. Danny Holmes is 35 years of age. He has trouble finding paper clips in the morning. He's retiring. It's really just that simple. He's retiring. So he played a game for us last year. All in all, he had 7 appearances overall, scoring a goal. Hey, good for you. He was ever present for us in the Continental League, in the playoff. Why am I struggling for words right now? What were they called? The Conference League. There we go. It's because I don't have like 15 to 20 years worth of like, Europa League, Champions League, Premier League. The Conference League is going to take a while for that to be embedded into my memory. So Morgan Sadler, I'm okay with him as a backup. I think he got a wage hike because he hit a certain number of games. Because he hit a certain number of games. 16, he's a good backup for us. Came in from Ballatown. Belagami, you're out of contract and I'm letting you go. It's just that simple. You never provided a backup that I was comfortable with, and the only time you came in was when Ben Duggan was away on international duty. Speaking of international duty, guess who got called up for the wrong player? Guess who got called up for the under-18s? We have an English under-18 player. Just look at this beast. He is a star player at 16 years of age. I'm going to say that again and again. He finished with 17 goals in the league. He finished with 23 goals overall. And he's the best player in the league. Come over here. Go to season preview. He's the best player in the league. Ethan Griffith. Going to be hard to hold on to him. It's going to be very hard to hold on to him because eventually he's going to want to go to greener pastures. We do have him tied down to a very long-term deal. So that is probably the best news we have. He's got a U contract with a provisionally agreed professional contract. The sooner I can turn this club professional, and we do that with European money, and we get him in developing properly, we could make some money off this kid. Until then, it's just to give him the room to shine, because he's a growing boy, 16 years of age, 5'10". Just look at these. Oh my God! Like, I'm not seeing anything here. But like, see, if I wasn't a cheater, I'd open up the in-game editor. I don't even have it installed. I've never bought it. I'd love to just, what is his PA? What is his potential? I'd love to know, because he's got a fairly high CA. But yeah, anyway, do I want to send about a leadership course? You've got 4 leadership. Probably not worth my time. But yeah, we're still not odds-on favourite to win the league, although that might change, because as you can see here, we've even got like Parasha Khan. So what are you? Okay. Born in India. Qualifies for Wales. We have him coming in on a contract. He's got good pace, acceleration, dribbling, first touch. He is a wide player that I want to retrain into a midfield right role, but he also will be like over the top speed merchant, a really quick and pacey player. He's got good potential, very good potential, can play in that striker role, and he'll offer a backup for that attacking centre mid role when, because like Tim is gone, Nicholas Walsh is 16 years of age. We've got Stanley coming back, who's a creative genius, but he's still not ready to take the team and like make it his own. Whereas this guy with the incredible technique, first touch, off the ball, the flair, the pace and the bravery to be able to work with the ball, The vision can be improved, but again, 18 years of age, we don't expect the finished product to be here already. There's something to work with here. We've also got Shine. Where am I going? This is an Irish name, Shane. It's very easy to pronounce for me. Shane Tubberfield, Welsh international. Technically, he is. He's captain on a 20 level. Teamwork, work rate, full back right on the right. Crossing isn't quite there, but with those mentals and with those physicals, I figured, why not take a stab, take a punt on him. Anyone else here coming in for me? No. So let's have a look at the scouting. See who. No scouting. No, sorry, transfers. So who has agreed to come in? Tony Abbott is coming in as a loan move. He is a fairly decent goalkeeper coming in from New Saints. Now, if we've got a player like this with this ability, and he's not even starting for the New Saints, that just shows you the level that they are ahead of us. And that is the case with the Welsh League. TNS are just heads and shoulders above everybody else. Still can't believe I'm getting Fielson in. Alex Capoue, he's coming in. Scott Godson, I've put in a bid. He's in talks with us, although we are battling for a signature with TNS. So I don't know if I have him yet, but I'd love to get him in because like that pace and that agility, it's just that got my motor running. I was quite happy about that. Ollie Ewing. There we go. Sorry. EW, as far as I know, is pronounced U in Welsh. I have him coming in. Just looks like a decent player, good stamina, good natural fitness. He's 5'6". We can get over that. He's got good passing, tackling, work rate and teamwork, the positioning. I mean, I've been a bit duped by the current ability. I saw this and went, ooh, I like lots of stars. I'm not sure if he's going to be an incredible player for us, but hey, with that long shooting and the fact that teams tend to kind of like hold back against us, this could be a good move, and I'm quite happy. As you can see, we're raiding Cardiff Met University. Jamie Allen, he's on trial with us. I don't know if I'm going to take him in. I haven't decided yet. And I think I showed you Pakesh Khan. So this is what I have in mind at the moment. We've got a right back coming in. I want Godson as that left back. I want him. Might get a second one just to be absolutely certain. I've sorted out the goalkeepers and I'm fine for forwards because McGarren, beautiful bastard, signed a deal with us. He decided, you know what, I like the project that's going on here, and he's agreed to stay on for an extra 2 years. So we got his contract out to 2026. Now, he didn't have a great end to the season. Go over to form, it just, 6.5. So he's probably not going to start every game. I've got Ben Mclean, who I'm thinking about moving on. He absolutely stormed at the beginning of the season, although he can play midfield left. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to retrain you. Midfield left. Winger. There we go. Now we have a place for you. You have been rescued. And we have decided that there is a place for you, Mclean. If you do not excel, then we will just ruthlessly move you on. Henry Timmy Davis. I mean, what more can you want? He had a good end to the season, scoring goals, assists. We brought him in because he was absolutely tearing it up in Nigeria. 19 appearances, 6 goals. And I decided I wanted a tall player that I can use as an impact sub, who's also quick off the mark, left footer, always say good technique off the ball. Good flair. I mean, like, what's not to love about this kid? Could do with more strength, but hey, you can't be 6'2", incredibly agile, have technique, have good first touching, heading, and have strength. That would just be unfair in this league. So there is a squad. There is a squad here that I'm excited to play with. And the development center, the youth intake, it was meh. We got 2 boys. We got Berjami, who looks a decent prospect, teamwork and work rate. There's probably a false 9 in here, but again, fairly determined. Nothing else really excels, so he's just going to sit here and do nothing for a while. Colin Sullivan, I'm reasonably excited about because these are good mentals. There's a lot here that's almost 10, and that's quite exciting to me. He's already kind of into that the Camry Premier standard. He's not going to be a starting fullback for us. We need to get better positioning in him. Now, he is 6'1". He's got okay strength at 9. Marking and hitting could work a lot. But again, those mentals are really good, and he's got 14 jumping reach. I don't think I can send him out on loan because he's too young. Let's just double check. Yeah, it will break the rules. I think they need to be 17 or older. So he's going to stay in the academy to develop his game. And then as soon as he's old enough, I'm going to send him out because I'm going to give Colin Sullivan maybe 5 years before I move on, because I'm really enjoying the project at the moment. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying battling it out with TNS. And once I win the Welsh League, I might move on after that, because I will have achieved my goal and I'll probably have brought the reputation of the manager up. Or I might just abandon the Journeyman concept and just do a save in Wales. Let me know what you'd like to do, actually. Are you happy with me staying in Wales, or do you want me to move on? Or do you want me to build Connah's Quay into being a little bit of a giant here in Wales? Either way, I'm going to have another video tomorrow, hopefully. It depends on what I get through and whether or not I have a lot of work to do that I will do. Who knows? College work is optional if you have if you want it to be. Okay, I'm going to let you go, my friends. Hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you in the next one.